What is up, guys? I'm the Gaming Gorilla, and today I want to break down and discuss the ending to the GTA Casino storyline, because right up until the end, the storyline was actually alright. I mean, it wasn't groundbreaking, but you know, it was fun, it was cool. And then, they hit us with a bombshell and fired our boy Vincent, and we're all just sitting there like, what just happened? So, I want to break this down and see what the meaning behind the firing is, and if there's a hidden meaning to it, and if Tom and Miss Baker were actually behind it from the very beginning. So, let's actually start at the end. Vincent is fired.
Well, that reminds me. Vincent.
Yes, sir.
We'll no longer require your services.
Huh?
Security is something we're more than capable of handling ourselves.
But...
Given your pass at the desk.
I see. Yes, sir. It was a privilege working with you fine people.
Thank you, Vincent.
And on the surface, this looks completely unexpected, and I'm sure it hit all of us by surprise. And it looks like it's the new owner that's behind the firing of Vincent. GTA has never been a game to shy away from a political controversy in the series, and it looks like this just may be a spin on some white supremacist act, or even a play on someone who isn't well received in the public eye, like Donald Trump maybe, as there's a lot of people out there that believe he's a racist. But I think there's more to it than that. After receiving free alcohol, Agatha Baker says this.
Cheers. Well, I guess that's one of the many cost savings we can look forward to under your ownership.
And right after she says that, the Texan nephew and the new owner says this.
Well, that reminds me. Vincent.
Yes, sir.
We'll no longer require your services.
Huh?
Now, firing Vincent would technically save costs, right? The camera then goes to Miss Baker and Tom looks slightly surprised, but Miss Baker really doesn't. Shortly after that, she says this.
It was a privilege working with you fine people.
Thank you, Vincent.
And if she wasn't already aware of Vincent being fired, this isn't really what someone would say in that situation, is it? Still don't believe me? Well, let's take a look back to the story. There's a couple parts throughout the story that sort of make it seem like Vincent is really good at his job, right? Like when he's helping us on the roof, and when we're fighting people in the casino. And on top of that, he's a really likable character. But is that really the case? This is the very first interaction we have with Vincent, and let's see what Tom says about him.
Very good, Vincent. Very good. You managed not to frighten them away this time. Wonderful. We are making progress. Right this way, sir. Welcome.
So obviously this indicates that Vincent has had some issues with customers in the past, and at the time this sort of just seemed like a joke, right? But now that we know how the story ended, it has a completely different meaning, doesn't it? Alright, let's have a look at another cutscene throughout the story.
And we've got the best security in the city.
Which is why it's a setup.
Indeed, it's a setup, madam. My team and I are doing our best, but we have to be vigilant. You don't want any problematic negativity. George, eyes left. Watch that guy.
We don't. Not anymore. We cannot afford any additional lawsuits.
Well, our acquaintances here look innocuous enough, and from what I understand, they can handle themselves. So how about we take a little tour and deal with any miscreants?
Miscreant. Interesting word.
Very.
What would you like me to call the assholes the Duggins pay to start fights?
Whatever you like. But stop them as soon as you can. And next time, how about not letting them in?
My friends, shall we perambulate around the campus?
Before you go, anyone for a little...
So as you can see now, Miss Baker is throwing some passive-aggressive jabs towards Vincent, and there's a little bit of tension growing. To be fair, in this instance, Vincent is the head of security, and letting the club get overrun with Duggins isn't a good look, so let's keep going. As the mission goes on, Vincent is the one that technically is responsible for losing a $2.8 million supercar, and he even goes on to say in the middle of the mission that the car isn't insured. Yeah, big yikes. The next interaction we have with Vincent is when the roof is being overrun with enemies.
Hey, we've got a prodigious problem.
This guy really can't catch a break, can he? And no, there isn't much he could have done to prevent that, but still, it's not really a good look. And really, those were the only cutscenes we had with Vincent. It wasn't the longest storyline. And after looking back, I'm pretty confident that Miss Baker most likely had at least something to do with the firing. So shout out to you, Vincent. Prayers out, man. Hope you find a new job soon, bro. And I want to ask you guys, do you guys want to see Vincent again in GTA at some point? I've seen some posts on the GTA forums about Vincent planning a heist on the casino after being fired. That would be hilarious. But personally, with fan favorite characters like Vincent, I'm pretty sure they normally come back at some point, so let's hope that's the case. So that'll do it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed. This was more of a fun, lighthearted video. If you did enjoy it, I'd appreciate it if you could take a second to give the video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more GTA and other gaming videos like this one, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!
I told them rappers I'm back and I got them bluffing. I told them rappers I'm back and I got them bluffing. I told them rappers I'm packing, I got them running. I told them women some facts and I got